Paul Laurie Golf Centre Challenge 2015, the third staging of the tournament, and the crowds were out as this year's opponent was arriving in style. A helicopter up from St Andrews for the current European Ryder Cup captain, Darren Clarke. Well, we all knew he was coming as he tweeted from the chopper to say he was on his way, and the crowds were down, and we all know Darren well. But what does Paul make of this year's opponent?
Known Darren a long time, had a great career, and been kind of winding me up since he got here, so quite I was expecting that, to be fair.
And how does Paul fancy his chances today?
I don't know, you never know, do you really? I hit a few balls there and they were not the best, a bit stiff this morning, but I'm hoping that Darren's kind of feeling the same way. We're about the same age, so if I'm feeling a bit stiff and a bit old, then the good thing is he'll be feeling the same.
Another big crowd down to enjoy the action and see the constant improvements at the golf centre.
The refurb is going to keep going. We're going to keep going little bits and pieces here and there. No major changes planned, to be honest. We're going to cover in the outside bays. We're going to make them part of the range because it's only in the summertime that we get the good use of them. But little bits and pieces here and there. Just keep the quality of the place up, keep the service up. The staff are doing a wonderful job. It's mega busy, and they're all trying really hard. The course is in great condition. The greens are rolling beautiful. The boys were out cutting them and rolling them this morning. So I'm expecting a few birdies, and hopefully this. I'm not seen yet, but hopefully there's a few people waiting for us on the first tee.
Well, there was a few hundred people waiting on the first tee, and also there was Pat Sibyl from the Aberdeen Oilmen's Golf Association to present a cheque again towards Paul's foundation. £10,000 gratefully received, another magnificent gesture. And after the formalities of that, it was on with the action. First up, as ever, today's guest, Darren Clarke. Getting a little bit of advice and yardage from the host, hoping that it's all accurate. Now, as he warmed up from that chopper flight, I think the reaction says maybe not. Yes, a little bit short, a little bit right, and failing to find the dance floor. Yes, Paul saying that he enjoyed it.
On the tee, your host, Mr. Paul Laurie.
And over to Paul. Of course, his first ever shot in this tournament 2 years ago led to a hole-in-one. A little bit too much to expect that every year, but what can he do? Showed some good form at the Scottish Open the previous week. No hole-in-one this time. Safely on the green though, as the players move on up. And amongst the 500 or so spectators who came along to watch the action today. Now, as the crowd and the dogs and everyone settles down, Darren not hanging around, chipping on, chipping very nicely. That was good enough for a par 3. Could Paul take a one-stroke lead? This his birdie attempt. Just a little bit left, but both players parring the first with threes, and it was on to the second. Now, has Darren relaxed a little bit? Has he got his swing together? Looks a little bit more interested in this one. And some nice action there, but just a little bit short again.
Did you hear him there? The wee kid's going, what a lucky bounce that was!
And the crowd, well, perhaps backing their home favourite by pointing out to Darren Clarke that he was a little bit lucky with that bounce. Paul enjoyed that. I think the rest of the crowd did as well. Not too sure about Darren. Great rhythm to that swing, as always from Paul. But he too coming up a little bit short. And both players could only manage a par once again. Both level par after 2. Down onto the third. Now, a lack of cheeky comments from the youngsters this time. It's let Darren focus. This looks very good. Yes, lovely shot there. The third, a slightly longer hole. 145 yards. Darren making light work of it. A little bit of pressure on Paul for the first time. did he hang on to that a little? He doesn't look too happy. Comes down. Oh, and that's heading towards the water. But to the delight of the host, the ball stopped in the bank and stayed dry. Well, he could only chip on to the front of the green. He had this to save his par. Just catching the edge of the hole. Well, it's certainly not a quiet match between these two.
You liked that, didn't you, Jim? Was that funny, was it, Jim? Oh, yeah, I know that you've been forward.
Great atmosphere with the fans so close to these two previous Open champions. Now, this to take a 2-stroke lead and go 1 under par.
That's a win for me.
Yes, well, didn't get the birdie, but now 1 shot ahead. That level par. Paul 1 over, up onto the 4th. Oh, and Darren likes this a lot. Down it comes. No wonder, look at that. What a magnificent tee shot. Landing no more than a foot away from the hole. Guaranteed birdie. Now, can the host reply? Paul, well, not as close as Darren. Pulling it a little bit to the left. Nicely on the green though. Paul needs this with Darren in for a birdie to stop going 2 strokes behind, but he can't manage it. Stays at 1 over. Darren Clarke 1 under. The players and the crowd moving up onto the 5th now. A little bit of debate. The 5th is 200 yards long. Darren not sure it's a 5-iron. Oh, decisions.
I'm 2 ahead. 214. Well, I haven't got any pride. It's a wee 4-iron for me.
Are you hitting 4?
Oh, I'm
That's pathetic.
Paul using a 4-iron, so Darren?
I'll go with 6.
Well, he swapped his 5-iron. He's saying it's for a 6.
Look, he can't wait to get in the bag.
Yes, but we all know, I think that it's a 4. So, 4-iron, just over 200 yards to the flag. No wind to worry about. Just a well-trained dog.
Oh, way too much, Clarke. Give me the 5.
A nice audible woof just at the start of the backswing there. Luckily, Darren seeing the funny side of it. Paul certainly seeing the funny side of it. Darren's going a little bit long. Too much club, he's saying. What about Paul? Again, he's not too sure, but it's on the green as well. A couple of lengthy putts. The crowds move on down. Well, this would be a remarkable birdie from all the way back here. And pretty good effort. The 3 is safe. Darren stays at 1 under par. Paul 1 over. But he too has the chance of a birdie, although again it's a lengthy chance. But it is in. A great 2 there from Paul. The difference back to 1. Paul Lawrie level, Darren Clarke 1 under. Down onto the 6th. Only 126 yards, something like that. Oh, Paul just overcooking it a touch. Darren, well, he was nicely on the green and had this opportunity to extend his lead again. Well, that ball looked as if it was heading towards the hole. Maybe just caught something on the way. Well, that's what Darren's claiming anyway. And Paul, well, usually so good chipping on from the edge of the green, has just ran on past the hole a little. He's got this to save his par and stay just one stroke behind. The putter warming up for Mr. Laurie. That's 2 good putts in a row. Still only one in it. The golfers head off onto the 7th. Only 100 yards long. A little flick up with a sand wedge for these boys. And Paul using the slope to roll back towards the hole. A nice tee shot.
Is that slope a big slope there, Chippy? Huge. Thank you.
Yes, Darren just looking for confirmation that is a fairly severe slope down the green. Gathering the ball towards the hole. And Darren has also found it. That ball rolling back. But I can tell you, neither of those birdie putts were holed. The score stayed Paul Laurie level. Darren Clarke 1 under. As we move on to the 8th. The kids trying their best to keep up. Perhaps some of them involved in Paul's foundation. Darren also has his own foundation. These two doing a lot for junior golf in Scotland and Ireland. Now Paul, 180 yards. And not quite making it onto the green. And that ball trying its best to trickle back into the longer rough. But just staying on the fringe.
Oh, it didn't cop. Get down.
Oh, Darren was looking for a bit of a fade on that. It didn't happen. And a few of the spectators jumping for cover. Well, we'll just have to wait and see where that ball ended up. Oh dear, not a nice spot at all. Oh, and he's got a flyer. And, well, foundation manager there, Michael McDougall. If you just take a step to your left, we can maybe see where the ball ended up. Darren asking if it hit the water. It managed to just stay short. Grabbing a hold of the rough. This is 3rd shot for a par to stay at 1 under. Not a bad effort. He would see that in, move back to level par. A chance now for Paul Laurie to perhaps draw level, or even, if he was to hold this, take a 1-shot lead. Not quite. A nice effort from Paul. I wonder what Darren thinks of that. Well, there you go. Both players back to level par and on to the 9th, the final hole. Both tee shots were a little bit wayward. This is Darren Clarke's ball, nestled in the rough to the right of the bunker on the right hand side of the hole. Looking to flop this up. Oh, and that looks very nice indeed. Great touch there. And a little bit of pressure on Paul now. That 3 looks safe. That means that Paul needs to get up and down from this greenside bunker to stop Darren taking the outright victory here on the 9th. Up and down for level par and a tied match perhaps. Oh, beautiful touch. Well, with that, it was all square on level par after 9 holes between these two, and the decision was taken. Well, let's head back down the 9th and see if we can't find a winner. First up, Darren. Looking to improve on the tee shot last time here at 9, and he's done that just on the edge of the green. Very nice indeed. That's a real birdie opportunity. Paul, well, guess what? He found the same bunker again. Looking to put a little bit of pressure onto Darren's putt. I'll tell you what, well, he must have had a lot of practice himself out of that bunker. Great shot. Yes, he's quite happy to stay in there. But it meant that Darren Clarke had a putt to win the match. What's that, 20 feet perhaps, right to left. He fancies it. Oh, just rolling over the left edge of the hole. And we still can't find a winner. Well, bravely, clocking up the miles, the players decided to have one more attempt to find a winner. The youngsters know how to do it. And Paul, dangerous stuff, taking your life into your own hands, standing over there, considering where a few of the tee shots had already gone. Once again, Paul missing the green. Once again, Darren perhaps with a chance. Could he manage a birdie too? Well, he's given himself another good chance. And a nice tee shot, bang on for distance. Just a little bit off to the right. Now, what could we do? Paul using the putter, the Caledonia putter, from the edge of the green. Bumping and rolling on. And he's left that a little bit short. Another 3 for Paul. Can Darren roll this putt in and give us a clean victory? And, oh dear, well, some of the spectators trying to get a little photograph in there. You can see behind Darren. Oh, the putt rolls up. And a friendly word had with a lady who's now feeling a little bit embarrassed about taking that photo. But it was another pair of 3s, and that was enough. The match tied, level par. 2 playoff holes, couldn't separate them. Wonderful stuff. So how did Darren enjoy his day?
It was good fun. Neither of us played our best, but we had a good laugh on the way around there. And we've known each other for a long time, so there's a little bit of stick flying about. But the course, I thought, was lovely and wonderful condition.
And photographs aside, how did Darren enjoy the crowd being so close?
It's great, but you don't want to hit one a little bit offline. He tried to hit a few people, and he knows them all. That's even worse. But no, it's great. You know, that goes back to our amateur days whenever all the people used to walk in very close behind us and up the side of the greens and stuff. But no, it's always great whenever that happens. A little bit more atmosphere.
And as both players have their own foundations, helping the kids get into the game, how did Darren enjoy seeing so many youngsters along watching the action?
It's wonderful. The future of the game is in the kids. We've been fortunate. We've both played the game for a very long time. We've had reasonably successful careers out of doing what we love sometimes. But like everybody else, the game's very difficult at times as well. But to see so many kids out here is great. And what he does with them, to getting clubs in their hands. The first thing is to get clubs into kids' hands, to get them to fall in love with the game like we did many years ago. And if you can do that, then you've got a good chance for the future.
And what about our host? The first time Paul has tied this match in 3 years. How did he enjoy it today?
I struggled today, to be fair. But I was a wee bit tired. I'm 46, not 26, bless.
Exactly.
So I didn't have my best, but still, tied match was good.
And finally, how does it feel to have the current European Ryder Cup captain tweeting from his helicopter on the way to the match?
I thought it was pretty cool. on my way, Chippy. I've not had that before from a helicopter. No, it was great fun. Again, like Darren says, we've known each other a long, long time. I always enjoy playing golf with him. It was good fun.
And with that, it's time to say goodbye from the Paul Laurie Golf Centre, and we'll see you again next year.